ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, G2A, NVIDIA, and ESEA.
Be on cash this time. And it is still going to obviously be KKona versus Winterfox. We just saw Winterfox have a pretty dominant performance on Inferno. KKona kind of got bogged down on that T side, and then really, I mean, it was just kind of the pressure of Winterfox, a little bit more organized of a team, just overwhelming their defense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you were saying before, the really only stand-up performance that we saw in that last match came from Invert mainly there, working with the op. Beyond that, we saw some other players which in the past had been rather dominant for the team, specifically last night, looking at Ruru, just didn't really show up at all. Bottom ranking for the team, even less so than David, who's the manager for them, which was definitely a rather odd occurrence.
Yeah, I mean, there were just some very just disorganized fights going on in that first match on Inferno. But Cash is a little bit more open, a little bit more forgiving. You can take a little bit more aim duels, have some more success. There's less of those just choke points that are just so hard to manage sometimes. So it is going to be, and the good thing for KKona going into this map as well is that Invert with the AWP had a strong game on Inferno. Cash, like I just said, a little bit more open, so the Opera can have much more of an impact.
But it's these other guys that definitely need to step up and show something else. You cannot rely on a one-man show. We've seen that in the past. It's been a problem for some other up-and-coming North American teams like Selfless, definitely. When you look at the earlier days with Kusta, where he was like the one shining star on that team and nobody else was there to support him, oftentimes he goes down, well, all right, then Selfless are losing the round from that point forward. That happens so often in the earlier days of Selfless. It's since changed, of course, but definitely a key factor that you cannot just work with having a one-man show in CSGO. Yeah,
well, I mean, the question is KKona going to be able to do enough on Cash to really slow down the tide? Because I think even on the T side, they were able to find 5 rounds on Inferno, which isn't bad at all, as you mentioned, but it was that CT side where they really struggled to find the cohesion as a unit to really hold off those attacks. So are they going to be able to do that on Cash? It's another map that's very dependent on rotations. They're very, very important. As you can see here, both teams, again, much like Inferno, both teams were winless on that map. Here also, both teams have yet to get a win on the season. Ocean and Hades being the players to watch for each team. But still, this is going to be a little bit interesting to watch.
Yeah, definitely. Still waiting for the teams, of course, to join up. I think we're missing one person from KKona, or actually, no, it looks like one person from Winterfox. No, everybody's in the server, so just waiting for everybody to ready up. You always hear that 6th player doesn't actually show up on the left side. So we're just waiting for them to ready up, and then we should be able to jump into the knife round and then the actual game itself.
What's our counter on Miss Nades up to tonight? Is it still on 4?
I think, yeah, actually, it's been a while since we've seen one. Okay. I think we're still sitting at a 4. A lot of it went away after that first map.
That was beautiful the way it opened. It was like, what was it? That was the first round, I think it was, or second round.
Yep. Just also, it was like completely comical. Just a teammate blocks an HE grenade. Well, all right.
Good stuff.
Off to a good start tonight, it would seem.
We should start giving a counter on that. See, like if there's a what we can hold the record to. Maybe next season we'll have a counter for that each day. And yeah, as we mentioned a couple times throughout the broadcast, guys, just so you know, the season is winding down. This is the last week, essentially. There's about 3 more match days after tonight. Saturday has 6 matches. Sunday is just a standard day of 4. And then on Tuesday of next week will be 12 matches played. Some of them obviously will be played simultaneously. I don't believe all of them will be streamed, but we're running them simultaneously. So if there is any kind of a situation where there's a tiebreak, you know, nothing fishy can go down. Trying to insulate.
Good way to put it.
Yeah.
Very PC way to put it.
Yeah.
It's like 12 matches played within a 2 or 3 hour period, I think. So we'll probably try to get the best ones on the stream, or at least the ones that have the most meaning tied to them. And of course, we'll be showing those to you guys on Tuesday afternoon or night, depending on where you're watching this from. But we are going live now with the last match here tonight. It's going to be Winterfox versus KKona. Still battling things out sort of at the lower end of the league. This weekend is where things get very interesting as those top upper echelon teams battle it out to see who's going to make it into the top 4 for the London finals.
Yeah, that will be very, very cool. That event. That's going to be group stages. Are going to just play it on stream in front of no audience in Leicester, and then once we get out of the groups and we get into the bracket, it's going to be played in an arena out in London. So
is that how you pronounce that?
Leicester.
Like, yeah, there's a C in it, isn't there?
Yeah, it's like L-E-I-C.
That was like Leicester.
I thought that as well, and then they told me I was wrong. So I'm just going to go by what I was told.
Interesting. All right. Well,
you know there's going to be someone from like the UK in chat just being like, who are these idiots? But
Sorry.
Oh well.
Anyway, let's get into the match now, guys. Winterfox versus KKona. KKona, once again, will start things off on their T side, just like on the last map, and Winterfox on the CT side. Pretty usual split to start things off, but all this noise being made. Lex is going to have an early warning system. Invert jumping right up on top. Takes a couple shots to take him down, but it's David that finds the frag. They know it's coming, though. XP3, though, shuts down Els as he attempts to drive a wedge between these players. Anger finding another one, and XP3 still fragging. They get themselves up high, but they can't seem to get beyond that. Down to a 2-on-1. It all falls to the manager, David. He's in a 1-on-2. Going to chase one of them down. That's XP3, and he finds that kill. One left, and it's back further down the highway. Not going to want to take that duel just as of yet. For the time being, falls back and plays it safe by getting the plant down.
Yeah, Flow6 actually played this one-on-one very passively, not going for a shot as David crosses into the bomb site. Now he's given him time as well to adjust to a new position. Get into a small duel here. That nade's not going to do too much. It does force him out of position, though. So it doesn't do too much damage, but it makes him win the positioning battle. And the defuse is going to come out for Flow6. So no armor on him. The utility comes in store, even saves a smoke into the next round. But XP3 with a big hold over there towards White Truck. 3 kills for him, some very nice shots. Picking that first headshot up out of the air. And then from there, it was just preventing them from crossing into the site. So good hold from him, and Winterfox win that pistol round. But both teams won a pistol round in the first map, and both teams lost the ensuing second round.
So we'll see if that trend shall continue. The trend of chaos, as it would appear to be. As of course, as we expect, KKona does force up in the second round. Interestingly, though, they are going to give Invert the raid boss by tossing him over an AK and having him buy up utility and armor just on his own end of that one. David makes the sacrifice, makes sense, of course, by being the one to buy up the AK for his teammate. And now we'll see what kind of pressure this can throw at them. He leads the charge, too, which is a bit more risky. Because especially if he slow peeks around, that could drop the gun in an irretrievable position, and then immediately that advantage is gone. But nice flashbang, stuck inside of a Molotov, but he catches 2 kills initially. Unfortunately, though, David, left in the flames, is going to get knocked out, but still, big advantage for these guys. However, XP through with a good response, decks Invert down to the ground, and now they may be given a chance to strike back on the CT side.
Yeah, but no one covering up top, so XP3 is able to get a second kill essentially for free, and there's Hades coming out of the vents. He's pretty much shut this round down. Rue is stuck in the bomb site. So what else is he really going to do here? Try and use this box for cover. He doesn't have the bomb yet. It's still out in the open. 1 minute left on the clock. And Rue can't really position himself anywhere else. He's stuck at the moment. Molotovs are coming out, and there it is. XP3 finds him in the end. So 2-0 for Winterfox. They sustain.
And of course, the investments shall continue here. They're losing a couple of their players, so having to buy up again, but can definitely eat that up now. The KKona did go for the force up, and unfortunately for themselves, we're not able to find a second plant there. So just be looking at Ruru going for an upgrade for himself. The rest of these guys, though, 2 of them actually not even really bringing anything to the table, whereas the rest will just buy PQ50s.
Yeah, but Ruru's essentially invested into this round completely. He's only got a few hundred left. And David's going to go down there. Flo's getting a grapple cut. Well, Lex is just going to shut things down as well. So Ruru's buy does absolutely nothing.
And unfortunately, now he's going to leave himself with a lot of utility and whatnot going into the next round near Hades, spotting some more of the players back out in mid. Invert gets destroyed by XP3, and it'll just be Els. They found him. Flosick, nicely done with there with the bait smoke.
Sick.
Makes him look away, and he is going to be able to take him down without any bad repercussions.
Now, the one thing that is, I mentioned this map is a little bit more open. It might be somewhere where KKona can just let some of the skill shine out and be a little bit more freewheeling with the tactics. It also allows for a lot more options for Winterfox as a defense to be highly aggressive, to take map control themselves, to not let KKona do anything, to be very suffocating. You could push out B, you could push an A main, and there's a lot of ways you can catch KKona off guard, a T side off guard, and flank behind them very quickly. So they are going to have to be careful about that one, because it does start to look like Winterfox, I mean, there was an anti-eco round, got very, very peaky and aggressive and confident in making those peaks.
Els pushing forward now. Getting himself in a great position, and Lex doesn't even know what hit him there. Nicely done, just lines up the shot and shuts it down. Flosick will look for a response, but no, Els, 2 great entries from him, and now they've got full control of the B bomb site, so they can rotate over. He's gonna look for a 3rd, and he's gonna tap it, and a 4th from Els. He's dominating this round single-handedly. The rest of his teammates haven't even had to do anything yet. Ocean's gonna steal the ace, but it doesn't matter. That's an amazing round from Els.
4 1-on-1s, and he wins them all. Very nice shots from Els. As you said, no one else really has to do anything whatsoever. Nice entry onto that B bomb site, finding Lex, and then Flosick in the vents. So now this puts Winterfox in a really awkward situation where they are bought up. XP3 has an AWP. Flosick is going to be on a 5.7. 3 rifles next to that, and not a whole lot of utility. Only Flosick and Lex feeling any kind of comfort whatsoever with the nades they bought. And there is a boost up in events for Anger. He's going to win that opening battle with the help of Flowsick, but Els again, I mean, just so confident after that last round, and actually Anger runs out of bullets, but the pistol whip works out just as nicely.
Still more around the corner, though. It'll be Invert looking for a response to that one. HE rolls in. That's going to force him out of cover, but Invert actually too slow in his own peak, so he won't be able to catch him as Invert transfers over, or apologies, while Anger transfers over to the other side. And he shall be safe for the time being, but Invert with the Glock rolls in, locks onto the head, shuts it down on Anger. And while KKona are still trying to strike back here, Hades will find another frag inside of the cubby. Even gets aggressive, peeking out, shuts down Ocean. So it's just on Invert, legs Hades, brings him down to 16 HP, but ultimately Flowsick is going to be the one that grabs the final kill and puts things back into the control of Winterfox.
Yeah, the rebuttal. But because Els was so dominant in that round, there's still plenty of money on the KKona side because they didn't lose anyone. He just stormed through and just wrecked the entire defense. So plenty of money still for KKona. Have a pretty solid buy going forward. Rue's going to be on a Deagle. Invert's going to be on a Galil, but they have 3 AK-47s. The only thing they're really missing is a decent amount of utility. Double op setup now for Winterfox as well. Hades picks up 1 as well as XP3. XP3 is going to take his towards the A site, Hades towards the B site, and it's going to be 3 members in mid, although David thins that out just a little bit. Els still wants to go towards this B bomb site, feeling confident in these battles over here.
Boost coming up over on top of mid as well. HE definitely glancing over, though. Okay, Flowsick there, and I don't even think Invert was peeked out yet, just decks him. Now Els looking for some more, manages to take down Lex inside of the site. He's got one more target to worry about in the B-bomb site, and that's going to be Hades, but Hades not going to be tripped up by him this time around. Shutting down Els. XP3 finding a shot from Chuck, looking for the final one. He's got the location of Ruru. Without the bomb, unfortunately, Ruru probably not going to be able to do too much as he falls further back down middle. And he missed the jump to fall back behind boost.
It's a clever idea, though. Doesn't work out for him. So 5-1 Winterfox. 2 ops salvaged. So the important guns, the expensive weaponry is brought forward into the next round. They're going to be fine. It's going to be back on the pistols. It's going to be a save for KKona. No plant that round whatsoever. And this is starting to get to a situation where you can see KKona is just kind of, instead of trying to group up and hit something as a team and trade some kills, it's very, very individual. They're spreading out across the map. Els is just doing whatever he pleases over at the B bomb site, which, I mean, he's getting his kills over there, to be fair. But you can see Winterfox now, I mean, they're going to start realizing that this is going to be a very loose style that KKona is bringing into the game.
So grouping up actually this time, most of their guys just going inside of A main, and it looks like they're going to try and explode outside onto the bomb site now, pushing forward for it. XP3, nicely done, lines one up, but gets a whole load of damage on Aru and Invert, but David does respond with a P250, showing that XP3. Here comes Anger though, mop-up duty, takes down Ocean and David, switches over to the pistol, taking down Invert, and then Flowsick finishes off Aru. Plenty of time, of course, to defuse that bomb. I think Winterfox were expecting to stop the plant altogether from happening. But after they lose XP3, it's a pretty clean round from that point forward for Winterfox.
And he actually hits 3 members. He gets the first kill and then bodies the other 2 through that. So huge damage comes out. And Anger, easy job for him, as you said, mopping up. So still a double op setup is brought into the round. Invert has an AWP of his own. But at 1-6, KKona's got to start getting on the board pretty soon here. Smoke in mid. Anger's going to get up into vents. This is very, I mean, this is very standard in terms of the double op setup. 3 M4s in middle, and Flowsick, his first blood, although Hades is caught in fire and the edge of the smoke. So Els still having success at this B bomb site, and Flowsick just trying to dodge bullets.
Trying to get out of the hands of Urder there. Succeeds in doing so as he falls further back, and Anger re-entering into this B bomb set after they have lost a lot of the control of it. Lex able to support from inside of the vents, but Els, there we go again! Up to 3 kills in this round. Opens up the bomb site for his teammates to take control of. They still have the bomb sitting way back over there in the hands of David. He's going to have to rejoin them a little bit later on, but XP3 takes down Invert, starts the re-entry now for his team as they move closer and closer to that B bomb site to try and take back control. And all right, Ruru's got a nade or something out in his hands there. So that's another kill for that XP3 is basically going to get for free. Yeah,
but Flowsick has no idea. KKona has fallen back, and they're going to split up. So it's going to be Els going towards the A site, David just staying in mid. Flowsick is very, very low on HP, but those 2 peaks towards CT spawn, once they have the P bombs, it's so unnecessary. Just allows XP3 to even things up. So a chance here for Winterfox. Flowsick's got to bide his time and rotate back and forth. He's got to be honest of his back and mid. So he's got to hit the shot, and he's not going to do it. Els is going to find it. 4 kills for him again. Another 4K, and it looked like David actually just had to leave his computer or something. It just seems like he came back just now, so why not? XP3, he's going to be able to stop the ace. He is. Nice headshot onto Els, and now it's all on David. It is planted in the open for A main, and XP3 is going to stick it. David's going to peek this. He's going to be able to find it. So David does save the day.
Thankfully, he had to go AFK mid-round or something. But
Yeah, I don't know. But L's with another 4 kills. I mean, he only has 9 kills. So the 2 rounds they've won, he's gotten 4 in each. So I mean, he's having a huge impact just in terms of the rounds that they actually win.
it's amazing, though, when you consider that it's beyond that, though. Despite him having only those 2 4 kills and then 1 additional to it, he's basically gotten control of the B site in almost every single round for his team, which is that added on. Winterfox have definitely not been putting a lot of weight on that B bomb site at all. Or at the very least, KKona have been doing a great job of throwing fakes over to the A bomb site. So this time around, though, it's going to be Ocean that moves towards it with L's, making a lot more pressure and a lot more noise about it this time. But no committal, just as of yet. The noise it is made, though, is enough to draw Lex's attention as he moves in the vents, but unfortunately he's not able to react quickly enough, so Ruru's going to take him down. Hades re-peek him from the white box. He's able to grab 2 on Ruru and David before being traded out by Els, and now Flowsick hasn't spotted Ocean yet. There's some good smoke coverage coming out. This could bite him back now as soon as we see Ocean peeking outside of that smoke in a moment.
He made a lot of noise. I've got to imagine Ocean knows he's here, and Flowsick is going to push forward, and this timing isn't going to work out in his favor. Ocean does find him in the end. And there's really no defense here. Smoked off towards the choke point. XP3 with the op is going to find nothing. Can he time the shot? Oh, he does. All right, XP3 gets that kill. That was highly delayed through the smoke. Els can't be too happy about that one. Maybe he saw something at his screen. The smoke is a little bit different when it comes to GoTV. But Invert now going to plant the bomb. Fake plant to try and lure Anger out of position. Down to a 2-on-2.
XP3 gets a free kill in the Ocean, not even looking in his direction. So pressure's on for Invert now. All right, XP3, there you go. 3 kills back to back to back. Seems like he handles it so casually there, too. Manages that retake with class. Anger doesn't even have to do anything, and Winterfox will find a 7th round.
Yeah, KKona still not able to string 2 together. A little bit unfortunate for them. This could just start to get out of control. The plant's going to help out a little bit, though. It does give them some bonus money. They can't really buy in this, or yes, they can. Rue's going to snap off the AK-47. Ocean's got the Tech 9 in armor. Remains to be seen. David as well buys the AK and drops it over towards Ocean. So it is going to be a very, very awkward force buy here for KKona. Not a lot of utility as well. They do have 3 Molotovs, which they can utilize to flush out some positions, but this is going to be a little bit more of a standard setup from Winterfox. Only with 1 AWP, they're going to put XP3 in mid with that and just split 2 rifles at each bomb site.
But KKona now pressing forward here. Hades, that's a great pop flash, but where's Hades? He doesn't even move in. Seems to have gotten lost a little bit inside of that smoke. He does notice that the door's been opened up and the smoke's going to follow through now, but Hades ready for this one. Picks up a first kill. That's all he's going to get, though. Els trades it out, finds a second one. There's the Els we want to see. XP3 striking back, though. Grabs Els back over by the forklift and also falls back just in the nick of time. Flowsick is trying to pop off on some of these players, but he can't seem to grab any of them. So he's going to lose a lot of his health. Down to 11. XP3 peeking out a little bit too late there to grab David, so he safely gets behind forklift. But still, 3-on-3, and these guys are going to strike quickly to start the retake.
Yeah, Lex does get 1 kill. There's a boost in the site. I'm not exactly sure what this is going to do. And he's just going to hop right off, play around the smoke. Lex gets taken out, transfers the spray. Can't connect with anything, though, so XP3. That, I guess, was that 1 shot?
It looked like it was.
Yeah, why not? All right, so 8-2 now.
That had to have been, those guys were like different elevations, though. That had to be like from the top down or something.
Yeah.
What's that scene from that one TV show where they like figured that out? On the crime scene investigation show?
Okay.
It's probably a bit graphic. Just discuss, but this is Counter-Strike.
Good talk.
No, I'm just really bad at referencing
Blues
TV shows and songs on
point.
stream.
That one
2 for
TV
2.
show.
I forget what it's called. That guy with the thing.
But still. Winterfox now. Big lead, and it's another buy into this round from KKona. Scout on Invert, AK-47 on Els. No nades whatsoever. They still have the Deagle, so they're just buying to see what can come from this. And they're doing head stacks as well, it looks like, through the smoke. But man advantage for Winterfox. It's David who's down, and now XP3 with the op. Oh, yeah, actually catch him off guard. That's Els again with a kill. He's getting no help this game, so he gets a second right now. Lex is here to hold down the fort. Els isn't going to expect this at all. He's had plenty of time to rotate over and just running into the site with a bomb. It's not advisable. Op and Scout left for KKona in a 2-on-3.
And there goes the Scout now. It's just on the Ruru. Somehow Anger did not actually see him, even though he was out in the open there. So he's going to get at least 1 of those. Bomb hasn't gone down, though. Looking for the second. Not going to connect it. That little bit of a shot there in the wall, unfortunately, seems to get in the way. And Ruru, okay. Mollies himself off, but then jumps through it.
It's the last thing he'll expect.
And then he moves in. Yeah, that's not going to work. Lex takes him down. And Winterfox find a 9th round.
This is 2 nights in a row we've seen people do that. I don't know what's going on.
That seemed like it was 100% on purpose, though. Like,
so, at least this time there's some AK-47s out for KKona. Scout again on invert, and Els, he might be stuck, and they might just want to pass a gun over to him because he's been a monster. Just give him the AK, see what he can make happen, but he's going to be on the deagle.
invert taking some pot shots there through the door, almost catching some of those guys too. It looks like some of those should have connected, but not going to be able to work out in his favor as it would seem. And Ruru just placing himself behind the boost area there too, waiting to see if he can catch any of the players working themselves outside of Z. Gets a bit impatient, tries to go for the rush play. Lex takes him down. Invert's even going to take some fire here too. Tries to go for the no-scope there on the scalp, but Flow6 got the SMG, so he's definitely going to be winning that battle. Hades spots the door opening. Should have been able to spot Ocean here, but actually doesn't catch him. The smoke seems to help him out just enough, but unfortunately when he takes the actual battle, XP3 gets the kill, and now it's Els and David. David's back over here towards mid-garage as well, and I think Lex just heard him. So it looked like he was going to fall back and rotate away, but he's just going to stick around here now that he's heard the bomb rotating into the B-bomb site.
David now, this is a one-on-one from Define. Looking the wrong way, he's got Lex out in the open, he wins it. So the manager gets a kill. He's got the bomb as well, going to smoke off the connector. This is doable. Entirely doable for a man of David's caliber. Bomb is planted. 1-on-4, flashbang comes out, and he's going to get his opponent to turn. He connects to the spray. It's beautifully done. And then Anger's going to finish him off. A little bit unlucky on that one.
So they'll grab that defuse there, just delaying it a little bit, I think, so they can go over and scavenge an op or something. But Winterfox still, just like on that last map too, as soon as we get past those first couple of walker rounds there, Winterfox just dominate the playing field. KKona, unfortunately, just not bringing their A game here tonight, it would seem.
It comes down to, I mean, you talked about it in the pregame, it's just kind of, there's not enough firepower on this team right now, especially, you know, with Vice missing it, with David coming in to play for him tonight. I mean, 14 kills on Els, but then everyone else is very, very far behind, so there's just not enough production. I mean, you could see it as well, the only 2 rounds that KKona's won were the rounds where Els got 4 kills in each. So someone other than him needs to step up and try and get as many of these last 3 rounds. David's just going to jump right through the smoke. Just seeing what he can find, it's not going to work out. And there's Hades to bail out Anger from a tough spot. So all of a sudden, KKona's down 2 players.
Again, KKona just losing so much so early on here. Flow6 gets aggressive, doesn't end up working out so well, but in the meantime, Anger picks up a kill onto Ruru. So still, even with that trade, doesn't even matter at the grand scheme of things at the end of the day. So Lex takes down Ocean. Els that last one alive, and Els has had a good game himself here, but I doubt it's going to be that good. Lex holding off in the mid-garage, takes down Els. Puts an 11th round onto the board for KKona.
Still, I mean, now they're just with the full losing bonus, they're just buying up every round. They know they need the rounds on the board. Only 2 into the second half, that's not going to be good enough. So 5 AKs out. Again, though, very weak utility for KKona. They only have 3 flashbangs to use for this whole time, and you'd expect at a certain point, because it has been very aggressive, just very individual, you'd expect at some point they just say, all right, let's group up. Let's just 5-man. You know, if you're going to rush, just put all 5 together and rush at the same place and see what comes from it. This looks like it almost wants to be some kind of a mid to B split. XP3 is going to have his work cut out for him. That's a nice shot onto Els, though. Shuts him down. Good peek. Grabs a new angle. Meanwhile, Lex is holding down mid. And there it is. XP3 holding that as well. Oh, and he recovers in time to find David. Beautiful round from XP3 and a 1-on-3 over at that B bomb site. Performs admirably.
Definitely. Very, very astute statement there, Moses. I think that show is The Wire, by the way.
Okay.
I just couldn't remember if it was actually The Wire or not.
I have no idea what you were referencing to begin with, so I'm just going to let you have that one.
There's it's like a crime scene, and literally it's a cool scene because the only word that's uttered in that scene is the F word. But it's like they're trying to figure out how this lady got shot.
Okay.
So.
I think you should just give up on this one, Blue.
I think it's The Wire.
We're going to go forward to the next round. It's going to be a reverse boost, a double reverse boost it looks like, though. They're going to get, okay, maybe not. Maybe they're just going to drop off of it. Lex is alone at this B bomb site. Anger has been boosted over. He has all the intel now, so XP3 is going to start rotating over. No one's in A main. That's clear. Hades and Vents as well with Lex. That's going to create a sick crossfire. And Anger, it's just a matter of time. Is Els going to be aware of this? I don't think he is. Anger's going to win that fight. Hades is a little bit blind. Starts spraying. Can't connect any kills. XP3 and Anger. Anger's going to have that flank, but XP3 with the AWP is going to have to try and do something.
XP3 dropping down, but gets decked by Ocean. up top on Heaven. Now it's just on Anger, so it looks like we may finally have a round coming out here for KKona. Anger just trying to figure out if he can really do anything at all. It's the last round, of course. He was going to attempt it, but he just got spotted. Invert even connects a bit of a shot there, brings in a 22 HP. He can spot Invert around the corner, but he just doesn't want to expose himself all that much. Regardless, though, Invert will end up shutting him down at the end of it. It's going to be a 12-3 half in the favor of Winterfox. KKona squeaked through with a third round at the end of the day, but still not a whole lot to build off of now on their CT side. Yeah,
no mistakes to give up whatsoever if you're KKona in the second half. So Winterfox just too massive of a lead. They did at least win. I mean, this is got to win pistol. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah. So we are going to go live into the second half. And it's going to be a little bit tougher now because you saw how disjointed they could be on that first half. Now on CT side, they've got to have very, very good comms and rotations, and that just did not seem to be their strong point on the terrorist half.
We'll get into it now and taking a look at the investment here. Lex picking up the Tech 9. It doesn't look like they're going to raid boss Anger with it, so just working with that for himself. And the rest of these guys smoking 2 flashbangs sitting on Flowsick, and also Lex buying up smoke behind the Tech 9 too. So it looks like they're just going to go for mid. A couple players boosting up, but the bomb itself is anchored a little bit closer to the B bomb site as if it would be taken over there. However, that's going to change pretty quickly now. As soon as they boost themselves up, they'll start to push forward, and they pick up a first kill. XP3 again, who's been a very big player in this matchup, finds the first blow on Aruru.
Oh, there he is again. XP3, 2 kills in this pistol run. Els gets over aggressive. The B bomb site is essentially open, but Winterfox, they don't care. They want the kills. They're looking for blood. And now David on top of this truck. Flowsick's going to find him. All down to Ocean, pushing towards that B bomb site. Does get the kill onto XP3, but Hades just has so much time to get that kill from behind. So 13-3, and it might just spell the end for KKona. I imagine they just buy up into this and just start buying every round.
Probably. No reason to try and build something up off to this now. You're 10 rounds behind, and that's exactly what's going to be happening now. Ocean picking up the Scout, the rest of these guys just buying up. Ruru, interestingly enough, buying up a Zeus, so maybe trying to take a page out of Tarek's style book from the last match there, if you can find a couple kills with that one just for the hell of it. But Winterfox are 100% in the driver's seat as far as this match is concerned, and there's no reason for them to lose it anytime soon. David already goes down, caught it in the middle and open. In the open, rather, when XP3 shuts it down. There's a good nade that's tossed in, actually. Brings Els down to 8 HP, and then Flowsick just leaps in to eliminate him. Invert trades out at least one of these kills on Alex. That's the only semblance of real damage that's done so far in a Winterfox here.
Oh, the Zeus. Here it comes. Yes! Doing his Tarek impression. Nice find. Invert is also pushed up aggressively with the P90. Just short work of Anger. It's all down to Hades and XP3, and it's mostly on Hades because XP3 is very, very low. And he's taken a good amount of damage in this fight, but Invert going to commit to it with the pistol, and he's going to win that. So XP3's over at the B bomb site pushing through, but the bomb is dropped back towards T spawn, so Winterfox not able to get that into his sight. This should be a round for KKona. Should give them their 4th. So Winterfox going to get stumped again after winning pistol.
And that could throw things a bit out of the balance, of course, but XP3 walking out, catching Ocean. Just not enough to eliminate him there. Still at 36 HP. XP3 actually shooting through the box, hoping to catch one of these guys. Grabbing one, as Ruru decides to go out into the open there and tries to win the duel versus XP3, but that doesn't pay off very well. 30 seconds left. He's going to have to just take this duel, essentially, or fall back and save the rifle, but it looks like he wants to attempt this. If he can close this one out, then this might as well be GG right here, but once again, finding Ocean. Pop Flash is perfect, but nobody follows it up to go inside of the garage itself, and now Ocean's going to run away, but I think XP3 heard that, so he's going to try to catch him before he can get inside A main. Not the case, though, and yeah, this is smart. I like what a KKona are doing. They do not want to risk in losing these duels since they're both at very low HP. They'll just run away, let him save the rifle, and let the time expire so they can get the round at the very least.
Winterfox now, they have a decision if they want to buy right back into this, not seed it. I mean, they have so many rounds to play with. There's not necessarily any kind of a reason to try and win this one. But maybe use that AK-47 XP3, as you said, it has been a very effective play. He's at 26-8, so he's just been a boss. Mostly with the op, and they do buy up. So 2 Deagles, 2 Tech 9s. They only have 2 smokes to utilize in this round for the Winterfox side, but if XP3 can just get 1 pick and really thin out this defense, that could help out very much moving forward. It seems like Winterfox is essentially just going to rely on him. All 5 members towards this A bomb site. Not even an execution, just give him time to try and find a pick. Invert is going to rotate over as well. He's going to be on balcony. Smoke comes out. XP3 not leading the way. He gets taken out by Invert. That's a good find. A good opening kill onto the rifle. And Flowsick's going to try and come right through this smoke. And is it going to work? Let's get 1, but it's all down to just Anger in this 1-on-3. Reloading and quad. not long for this world, though. He does spot the jump. That's a nice headshot. Actually, now this is a real possibility. If he can find Ocean in the smoke, he's not going to react quick enough. Ocean with the CZ is going to end it.
Sticking over with the scout with the time being too. Not going to be upgrading to one of the rifles onto the ground. So KKona not down just as of yet. Keep in mind too, Winterfox still quite a few rounds to go before they're really 100% solidified on taking this matchup here. They're going to be saving. They still have a very large cushion to work with, so no reason to rush things. Just going to be buying up P250s this round, so it should be another easy one in theory for KKona to close out.
In theory. P250s on all 5, and they're going to get aggressive. They might just walk right into the stack, actually. There's Rue now.
All right.
This is just a slaughter. So that's one way to do it, I guess. You don't see it too often.
Jumps up, boys. Let's do this. No?
No.
You're killing me.
Yeah. Whatever.
Do you not even know what that was?
It's not ringing any bells. Why don't you tell me?
Seriously. Leroy Jenkins?
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I told you
last night. I don't do these meme things that you're all.
That's not
happy
even
about.
like. That's just a reference.
Yeah. I only watched that video once.
All right. Well, anyway, back to the game. Flowsick opens it up with the first kill onto Els. Ocean actually with a nice timing there in the molly to block off a possible entry from Winterfox there as they were getting ready to go in. And Rue is actually bought up in auto sniper this time, so we'll see what he can fare with this one. Keeping in mind that Winterfox, of course, are still really not into a full buy situation just as of yet here. But unfortunately, with the smoke coverage that the CTs themselves, along with the Ts that have thrown onto the site, Rue is not really going to be able to catch all this much, and Winterfox are still playing this very, very slow pace and have not 100% committed themselves to this A site as of yet.
Well, Invert's pushed out towards the B bomb site, and he's gotten into Sunroom, so he's got just massive amounts of information. So this is why KKona is fine keeping so many members over towards the A side of the map. Now, just as they rotate Rue away, he's all the way over towards B. Now they're going to start hitting the site, and that's a little bit of a mistake in the rotation. Ocean is caught out in the open, misses the shot, so Anger swings out wide again and just drops him. And there goes the auto sniper as well. Invert going to be on a flank, but it's in a 1-on-5, and he's already been spotted out.
Taking down one of them, but now he's basically trapped in an iron box here. And they're even going to be flanking him in a moment here. Wrapping his way around is going to be Flowsick. He's going to try to push his way over towards Squeaky, but there's no way in hell he's retaking. Just looking for damage at this point to try and drop as many members of Winterfox as possible. Good swipe there to pick up Hades. I don't think he even realized it just a moment ago. Flowsick took a shot at him. I think he did, actually. That was, he's taking this much more cautiously. Finds another kill, and he's actually doing a great job of defending himself. And I think the other two are going to sort of respect him here and allow him to save this rifle.
Well, I mean, you know, they don't want to lose the op, obviously. They don't want to give that back somehow or just not have it in the next round. And Anger only with a Tech 9, so salvages a rifle. So not bad, but 14 for Winterfox now. And the money for KKona is a little bit light on a couple players, but Invert's got 6K, so he'll be able to at least, you know, drop some things over if need be. They are going to have Rue stuck on a CZ75. David on the FAMAS. Long way to go for KKona still. Winterfox, as you said, they're in the driving seat. There's no reason for them to feel too much pressure right now. And this time, 3 members towards this B bomb site, going to try and get an opening kill over this way. The op is in Hades' hand, so not XP3 on the T side. Oh, that was just to try and get a pick, but Anger's going to do the job anyways. Invert comes right through the smoke, gets slaughtered.
So getting the opening advantage once again is going to be Winterfox here. And this is definitely not what KKona want to work with here, as they're so far behind. They have such a long road to go just to get back into this game. And if they don't change things up very soon, then we're going to be looking at an easy 2-0 to the night for Winterfox. And they continue to climb in the rankings. We'll put them over Splice and CLG and sort of the mid-rankings right now in Pro League.
Els, he was a monster on the T side over towards this side of the map. Can he do it again on the defense? Anger again with another kill, and Els just turns his back to his opponents, down to 13, and he's going to fall. Rue's there to back him up with the AWP. And though once again, slaughtered by Anger. 3 kills for him on the round. Hades is a free kill on David.
Even noticed that Hades is crouching there behind the white box, so unfortunately David is going to be sprung in the air at the end of the round, and Winterfox put themselves on a match point here. KKona out of cash from forcing up. So just going to be seeing some upgraded pistols with armor sitting behind it. Invert is able to afford himself a scout at the very least, but once again, for the rest of these guys, there's not much to work with, and the utility game is even worse. 3 smokes, a single HG grenade sitting on Els, and just a couple scattered flashbangs across the rest of the team.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very difficult, and I expect Winterfox can play this pretty passively, knowing that, you know, with the money the way it is. I mean, how is David there? What is happening in this round? XP3 with the op. Gets that kill onto Els. And he's about to get flanked out. They're just pushing everywhere across the map. So this is just going to lead Winterfox to say, all right, just hit the A-bomb. So they've lost all control. Rue again pop flashing himself through smoke. 2-on-2 situation here. Winterfox, it does get a little bit crazy, and they've actually dropped the bomb. But with, I mean, the one saving grace is Ocean has an ult. That's a little bit scary. But David and Ocean, they can't take a single point of damage.
So David and Ocean here, the last two alive, trying to save themselves. David checking out a little bit there, but can't really do that anymore. As Anger and Hades have encroached upon their angles here. So they'll take it slow. I think they're going to counter boost one of them up on top just to give them another angle to work with. But at the same time,
Ocean's
outside,
watching for that.
Yep, Ocean is checking for this exact thing. So if Anger peeks up at the wrong angle, then Ocean's just going to take him down with the op. And in the meantime here too, David is going to have to win his own battle versus Hades out in the open when he's only got 15 HP.
There's a flashbang, not going to do anything, and he recovers nicely. Now he's got Ocean, and it's going to be 2 deagle shots to end things. So that's going to be it. Winterfox take the second map as well by a big margin.
Very big. And like we were talking about before, there was a semblance of a sort of a fight that KKona was trying to throw back, but individually, just we were seeing a lot of the players that were showing up yesterday just did not show up to the table at all. And even from game to game, like Invert dropped off to a very large degree from what we saw back on that first map.
Yeah, and obviously having your manager standing, that's never a good thing in terms of firepower toward the organization. So Winterfox, you know, they had a little bit of a light load this evening. They go 2-0, but a big win against KKona tonight. So they are, like you said, middle of the pack right now. But you know, it's been a long night. We started out with, I mean, there were some good matches to start this out at least, because CLG had a couple of those comebacks earlier against Splice. Heartbreaking on Train, they just barely missed out on that. They got all the way back, I think it was just 16-13. They got to 13 rounds and then just kind of stalled out from there. So a little bit of a bummer earlier on in the day for CLG. If we can, then we can throw the standings up, see what the teams, how the mobility has gone between the standings, all the teams, see who's moved where, because as we have mentioned, this season is coming to a close here, and we can see now that, I mean, some of these matches didn't really matter so much. KKona is still very, very far down. Luminosity still at the top. Obviously, they haven't played in some time, actually, since they forfeited those 2 matches right before Malmo. Energy's up there, Optics, Selfless, Cloud9. So the top hasn't really changed because we haven't seen any of those teams kind of play lately. The only one we really saw has been actually, we didn't see any of these guys in the last 2 nights, any of the top 7
No,
seeds.
we haven't seen any of the top 7 play things out with the exception of Energy. And for some of these guys too, with the ones that are specifically Energy and Luminosity, they have very, very few matches left. A lot of these guys are sitting at 18. I think there's a total of 22 matches that you play throughout the season. So Energy is almost stalemated there. They've got 2 more left to play to try and elevate their record a little bit more. They're going to want to win both of those, because sitting at 7 losses is where you get rather risky there, especially when you consider how close of a battle this is between those other 6 teams that are vying for it.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, this is where now we get into Saturday. We talked about we have 6 matches Saturday, 4 on Sunday, and then 12 on Tuesday. So a lot of matches like still to be made up by some of those top teams. So that is going to be a pretty heavy schedule over the weekend. That's going to determine a lot of who's going to be going to those finals over in the UK next month. That's kind of the important thing coming up, is who's going to be able to take those matches. I know Renegades is going to be back in town on Saturday. They have some matches coming up over the weekend. So that's going to be very, very important for them to get up there, because I think they also have that same 7-loss count at the moment. So they essentially need to win out, rely on some other teams losing. But with a lot of teams tied, there's a lot of room for movement up in those standings. So I think that's going to be about it for us.
Yep, that's about it.
Yeah, for the evening.
Want to plug our sponsor one more time?
The Score Esports. Yes, we can do that. Yeah, check out the schedule for the weekend for Tuesday as well on the Score Esports app. That's going to be through Google Play or the App Store. That'll get you stats. That'll get you the schedule. Obviously, articles are written as well. So go check that out. Use that for all your mobile devices to keep track of Pro League. And yeah, that's thanks for tuning in this evening. We'll see you this week. The next broadcast, like we said, is on Saturday. It starts a little bit earlier than normal. So once again, get the Score Esports app and you can figure that out. So we will see you on Saturday. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in a couple days.